All right. You're listening to the Deadman's Tome podcast, a live show broadcast deep in the heart of Meth County, Texas, a trailer park deep in the heart of Meth County, Texas. I'm your host, Mr. Deadman. With me is SK, a life coach that can unfuck your life. Tammy G, the reason why you're listening to the show. Right?
That's why I'm here.
Hi.
How's it going?
So, tell me something, Jesse.
Yeah?
Are there any counties in Texas that aren't meth counties?
Very few,
Yeah, that's
actually.
good to know since I'm moving there.
Very few, actually. It's spreading around, okay? It's hard to find one. So,
Okay.
I guess the whole state is meth state. So there you go.
Lovely.
By the way, this show
It's
has
very
a sponsor.
messed up.
The show has a sponsor, and it's not meth related. The show is sponsored in part by Dusty Davis, the author Dusty Davis. You got to check out his work. Let's see. Humans sometimes have dark thoughts and desires that come into our hearts unbidden. A labyrinth of horrors delves into some of these desires and explores those dark and dangerous places that will scare the best of us. A Labyrinth of Horrors is available on Amazon in paperback and digital. So go in and get a copy. All right. Well, now with
Wow, real sponsor, not a fake one.
not a fake one this time. I know, right? Man, it's October. It's October. You know what that means?
It's October.
Over.
Yeah, October Blitz is happening. What I mean about that is a show every single day. If you like horror, if you like scary movies, like creepy shit, summoning ghosts, demonic rituals, an episode about how to bury a body. I don't know about that, but it's all coming at you, okay? We have an episode every single day, various themes, great guests lined up. What are some of the guests, Tammy? We got some good guests, right?
Oh, we got Jeremy Spencer from Five Finger Death Punch. Well, he used to be on Five Finger Death Punch. Steve DeShavi from The Dead Files.
Yeah.
Christopher Eggard. He does produces movies. I can speak. Who else? Mark Justice, another actor who does horror stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just some of them.
All right. So, yeah, we got a lot of amazing episodes lined up. Yeah. Oh, hey, the other thing I want to ask you, which, by the way, we have a wonderful guest tonight, Jazz T. Ward. How you doing?
I am good. How are you guys?
Doing great. I have a question for all y'all. So the other day, actually today, I was going to buy some pumpkin spice latte, right? And someone was telling me that makes me a basic bitch.
You are a basic bitch.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
no,
Jesse, it's not just that.
What?
I think
No,
that's the main criteria for basic business. To be honest
What?
with you.
No.
Pretty much.
Y'all take that back. What? Wait, what?
No, you're a basic bitch.
I'm not a basic bitch.
Oh, but you are.
No.
We love
See,
you.
I don't even know you. I don't even know you, and just knowing that makes you a basic bitch.
But
so
I'm
that
not a
makes me
basic
know I'm
bitch.
fine.
Okay. Wait. So
Do you
pumpkin
have pumpkin spice candles?
maybe one.
Okay, you're a basic bitch.
Oh, come on. No, I'm not. No.
Wait.
Okay,
Did
do
you like it?
I mean,
Like it?
Is that the only candle you have?
no, I have a Christmas candle too.
Oh wow!
Oh,
Sorry.
wow.
Sorry.
Wait,
Do you have
wait,
crystals?
wait a
Do you have
second.
crystals?
Crystals?
Healing crystals?
I can't answer the crystal question, but what, healing crystals? No, I don't have healing
Do you
crystals.
wear UGG boots?
I wore Doc Martens before. Used to.
Oh, you're a basic bitch.
What?
Yeah, we're trying to help you.
What?
Do you know of more
You're-
porn stars and Supreme Court judges, soccer players, and
Whoa,
other things?
let me.
Yeah, do you like soccer?
No, soccer's lame. No, I don't like soccer. But the
Do
porn
you
star.
play video games?
Yeah. Who doesn't?
Yeah, you're basic. You're
What?
a basic bitch.
What? Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Okay, this is serious. Is your idea of a hangover cure bacon, eggs, and a cheese sandwich with the blue Gatorade?
No, my idea of a hangover is just more beer. Come on now.
Oh,
Hair of the dog, right?
get-
You just get
You
more
get hangovers.
But-
That makes you a basic bitch.
Oh, come on. We're not
Yeah.
all immune like you,
This
SK.
is true.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Do you refer to your favorite sports teams as we?
Hey now. That's
We're all unified.
That's
We're all
a
unified.
colloquialism
That's basic.
referring to we as the collective fan
You're
base.
not part of the team.
SK, you might be basic bitch too.
Yeah, I bet
join
you
the club.
that's the only. I bet you that's the only point I get.
You want to bet on that? Keep them coming, Tammy. Looks like you got a
By the
list.
way, saying we is just simpler than saying
No.
our local sports franchise, whose name is
No, you
the
don't even have
Seattle
to say
Seahawks.
all that. You can say the Niners or whoever your team
Or the
is. You don't have to
Well,
say-
first of all, I would never
Yeah.
say the Niners. No, they don't even have fans.
Excuse me?
Well, since we're coming from Texas, it would be the Cowboys. Yeah.
No, I mean the
Yeah.
Texans.
Are you a Cowboys fan? Because that would make you a basic bitch.
You have
Burn.
posters on your wall.
What? Who doesn't have? Wait a second. Do you have posters on your wall?
Not since
No.
I was 21.
That's-
Not since you were 21.
Yeah.
Oh, so you-
Maybe even younger.
Yeah, I got posters on my wall. Of course I. Yeah.
Okay, you're a basic bitch.
Well, okay. Hey, and
Look,
you too can
let
be a
me tell
basic
you-
bitch
let
with
me
the
tell you
Satan
the
is your friend
difference,
poster.
Jesse.
Yeah.
I have a poster in my living room area, but it's my own fucking book cover and it's printed on aluminum.
Oh man,
So
that's
it's-
so basic. That's so basic.
Yeah, that's so
No,
basic.
no, that's not.
That's basic. That's pretty basic.
And
Do
it
you
was
wear
a gift.
flip-flops?
He has his own book cover on his wall. Come on, that's pretty basic. No, that's not.
No.
Yeah,
See,
every
That's
bitch
kind of
has
the
their own.
opposite
That
of
is kind of
basic.
basic.
Kind of- No.
Wait.
Trying to
Didn't
Here, SK.
these posters here are just book covers too? So in my books at that. So
You're
yeah.
a basic bitch, dude. You basically said yes to every question I've asked, so therefore you're a basic bitch.
Well, who doesn't
Just do
know
it.
the porn stars?
SK may have a few points towards basic, but you have like your whole card punch.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. You lost this, dude.
Oh,
You
fuck.
lost it.
Ah,
You're
damn
like
it.
a featured speaker
Do
at
you
Basic
wear-
Bitch.
Do you wear cargo shorts?
Basic forever. Cargo shorts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
They
Flip-flop?
still make cargo shorts?
Yeah, they do.
Do you wear flip flops?
Yeah.
Dude, you're basic as fuck. I think we
Dude,
should just kind of
no.
like leave it here.
What?
You are basic. Basic.
Yeah. Do you shop at Penny's?
No. What the hell's a pennies?
Shop at Walmart.
Well, who? Yeah, I mean not all the time, but I need something quick. Is that basic?
But no, do you buy your clothes at Walmart?
Yeah,
No.
that's the biggest question.
No.
Right.
No, you
Well,
you've
you
never
buy your
bought
cargo
clothes.
shorts.
No.
Your cargo pants.
No.
Cargo shorts.
Even worse.
Jesus.
I buy them at a
I
thrift store.
think that the Dave Matthews Band is good music.
Ah, and then you got no. I can't admit that. I don't even like Dave Matthews.
Notice he said he couldn't admit it.
No,
That doesn't
Yeah,
mean he
so
no, I couldn't. I couldn't jokingly
He
say I
went
do.
out of that answer rather nicely. That was
You
well
can
done.
try that Dave Matthews shit on other people, but we know you like Taylor Swift.
Well, I mean, Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah, then if you like Taylor Swift, then you are like beyond fucking basic.
Oh,
Like,
dude,
you
she's
are
so talented
you
though.
are the
Irredeemably
poster
basic.
child of basic bitch.
Poster child of
Irredeemably
basic.
basic.
Okay. So what's the cure? What's the cure of basic? Basic is.
What's the
Okay.
cure? Burn all the shit that you just said that you have
So
and start new.
you want me to burn these posters? That's crazy.
Burn it all. Don't ever drink pumpkin spice nothing because you're not a blonde bimbo with Ugg boots on. I mean, like, come on, like, let's just stop that.
But what if I
shit
want to
right
be
now.
Tammy G? What if I want to be a blonde bimbo?
Well, you have a long ways to go.
Well, you got the bimbo part down.
Yeah, you are kind of a hoe. So I mean, I guess that works.
Yeah.
Do you think
I'm
do you
learning
think
so much?
Tonya Harding was misunderstood?
Do you listen to Britney Spears?
I like her old stuff.
Oh my god!
That's all she has is old stuff, dude. She doesn't have any new stuff.
So your favorite song was "Oops, I Did It Again," was it?
You know, yeah. We listen to it all the
I
time.
kind of figured that would be the case. Oh my god! I don't even know if I can associate with you anymore. You're so
I'm not sure if I can even be a guest anymore. I might just have to step off.
All my friends were listening to Pantera and Metallica. I was like, no, man, that stuff is lame. You gotta listen to this. It's Britney Spears, all the way. Britney Spears all the way.
God.
Does your wife? Does she ever try to take your Britney Spears posters down?
No, she doesn't have to. We just have Taylor Swift posters up.
Oh my god!
In their
I don't
place.
think we can be friends anymore. Like, I'm so disappointed right now.
And they're scratch and sniff new. They're
The
scratch and sniff.
disappointment is real.
They smell like
Scratch
pumpkin
and sniff.
spice.
Wait. Did you just say your Taylor Swift posters are scratch and sniff?
Yes, and they smell like
Yes,
pumpkin
he
spice.
did.
Is it her crotch? I mean, I'm so confused right now. What are you sniffing?
It smells
Taylor
like
Swift.
Yeah.
Dude, that bitch looks like an alien. I don't even know. Like, why?
Well,
Why?
she actually is.
He said
Yeah,
Taylor Swift
I know.
smells like pumpkin spice.
She smells like pumpkin spice.
Oh, she
Isn't
probably
Pumpkin
smells
one
like
of the
fish.
Spice
That
Girls?
chick has been with more dudes than anybody I know.
Yeah. That's
But
true.
she's done it swiftly.
hmm I'm just in line. Waiting my turn. A long line.
Drinking,
I don't think she'll want
wearing his
anything to do
cargo
with
shorts
that.
and drinking pumpkin spice.
Wearing Crocs
You're not her type.
And
dude.
Crocs. Don't forget the Crocs.
with
Oh,
socks.
no, I can't do Crocs. Crocs is lame.
Black socks.
I draw,
Mid-calf black socks.
I draw the line at Crocs.
Lordy.
All right. So I'm basic as fuck.
But that was a
Why do you-
given.
Knowledge is
Christ.
power. Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. Keep that in mind.
I
There you
don't
go.
understand why you're surprised by this.
Now I got to change my ways. Got to throw it all away. My whole life. Oh, okay. I'll see what I can do with that. Oh. Well, Miss Ford, let me ask you something. Who are you and what do you do?
What do? I am
Yeah.
an author.
All
I
right.
write twisty, bendy, dark, horror element romance.
Oh, nice.
Ooh,
Yeah, I know.
Favorite.
Things you never thought you'd throw together. I like writing really bad guys. And I like writing anti-heroes. And I like to throw some love in there because even the bad, most evil guys need love.
Tell me
Hell
about
yes.
Yes.
I wouldn't know anything about that. I'm so basic. So-
See, I
Yeah,
feel that
so I'm
because
talking
when I watch horror movies, I'm always like on the side of the villain. So I totally feel where you're coming from with that.
Well, and when you watch horror movies, what happens? The woman runs, she screams, she's wearing scantily dressed, she's not wearing cargo shorts, and the bad guy chases her and all that. But in my books, even the women are badasses. I mean, it's like we have the devil in there, and we have psycho killers, and you know, I love that stuff. And
That's where
women,
it's at.
women like to read that as much as guys like to read it, so
Mhm.
it's all good.
If
All
not more.
Oh, I bet you. I'm going to play psychic here for just 1 second.
Uh-oh.
I'm guessing that none of your females fall down while they're being chased.
No, nor do they run with heels on.
Damn it.
Yes.
Through the woods while you're wearing, if you're wearing a tank and short shorts and high heels and you're running through the woods, what the hell are you doing? Just lay down and give up.
You're just asking to be killed.
That's right. You just
And
lay
they
down and give up. Let
deserve
them
it.
kill you. That's right. Talk about a basic bitch.
If
Like,
you,
bitch.
if you wear Jimmy Choos into the woods, just give up on life.
Hey,
Okay,
now
Just
don't knock your Jimmy
find-
Choos, but I wouldn't wear them into the woods.
that's yes. Everything has its place and its purpose, and Jimmy Choos do not go in
Are
the
not-
forest.
That's right. Or if you're in the
Yeah.
dark city street, and you're going down the alley and you're wondering why you're about to die, well, because you went down a dark alley in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
That's
By
on you.
yourself.
You're fine. That's your fault.
Even if you hurt a kitty, crying in the alleyway. That doesn't matter.
That was the kitty. That was a psycho killer going. Meow, meow. He's luring you in.
Man, I fall for those
But
traps
yes,
all the
that's what
time. I just, damn it. You don't go down dark alleyways?
See, you would be the dumb bimbo bitch in the movies.
So
Yeah.
basic.
Blonde. Remember, he's a blonde.
Yeah,
Basically.
blonde with a bad boob
Like,
job.
guys, there's a van out there that says free candy. Like, let's go.
Of course. It's almost Halloween. Everyone gives out free
Exactly.
candy, right?
Yeah.
You go ahead and get the candy and bring it back to
Ugh.
us. How about that?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go get us some. We'll wait
Hey,
here.
I met this really nice guy. He says he has a bunch of beer for us. Beer and popsicles. They're just down in his basement. Let's all go down there, guys.
I
See,
don't like
you'd
beer
be
or
so
popsicles,
easy.
so.
We would just say, hey, there's fresh pumpkin spice down there. And you would just take off. Like, damn, that was the easiest slaughter I've ever written. Look at that. I'm going to start write that in one of my next books. Like, you know,
That'd be great.
it's going to be
Jeffrey
like Stanley
Dahmer
was
is
such a
like, God, this guy just fell into my apartment.
Don't forget the free Britney Spears CD too. We got to throw that one in there.
I'm so gonna reach out to you guys in a few months and go, okay, guys, I just released this book. Go to page, da 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 da. You know, you're gonna see Stanley, the blonde bimbo guy in the cargo shorts, the Britney Spears T-shirt, just got killed by the pumpkin spice slaughterer. It's gonna be great.
That'd be fucking
I
awesome.
wanna
And you
part
can be
the
proud of
book.
that. And you can hang the book cover on your wall as a poster and make it metal, and it's all good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I so want to see the police briefing the media on this. We've had 14 murders of people drinking pumpkin spice shit. And you know what? We really don't care.
Can you make me the killer?
It's
I wanna
like
be the
this-
killer.
They let him off.
We're like,
It's like a
meh.
caffeine purge. It's okay.
It's
What was the common denominator with all the victims? Every one of those bitches were drinking pumpkin spice. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So we're not going to get all that worked up over this.
Yeah, right.
Just keep doing it.
The judge.
Every plague in mankind has a purpose. This too has a purpose. So
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Oh,
destiny.
Miss Ward, how long have you been? How long have you been writing?
I have been writing about 20 years. I was a ghostwriter for some big name authors and some of the big name publishers for years and years. And I did ghostwriting for a long time. And then back in 2012, I decided it was time for me to put my own works out there, my own words, my own stories, my own worlds. And I broke away from doing ghostwriting, lost some lucrative income, and started out on my own, you know, and made some stories. I started writing fan fiction online. And that's where I grew my following. And they said, hey, we'd love to have a book in our hands of your stories. And the rest was history.
When you say ghostwriting for some names, can you name any names? Can you give us a hint?
Nope. They have ironclad, NDAs that I would get sued for millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah,
I
well,
will
so
say
does
that
the CIA, and people still
Yeah.
rat on them.
I will say that my works, my words and all that had hit, the New York Times and USA Today. I've worked with some of the biggest authors in the paranormal sci-fi fantasy industry. And I'm proud of that time. I know that gets a bad rep being a ghostwriter, but it paid the bills. And it
Yeah,
helped me.
I wanted to ask how that experience was for you.
I
The
was
ghost
treated
writing. 'Cause
pretty well.
I know somebody
I was-
who has also ghost written and then worked that into a co-writing situation with a very popular author.
I was treated pretty well. I started out just they would take bits and pieces of my ideas and incorporate it into existing stories. And I moved on to writing full manuscripts and did pretty well with it. I got treated pretty well. I didn't get treated as well as if I got like a share of the royalties, but it helped me learn the industry better. It helped me to, kind of fine tune what I wanted to do with my own voice. And like I said, I was a single mom with 3 kids and had bills to pay. So that's how I did it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
But then you started working on your own books. Did you start off with short stories, or did you go to the books? Or, how did that come into place?
The fan fiction was the first thing online. That's where I found my readership. It started out with just, it was 20 people in the beginning, and then it grew and grew and grew. And I think I have over 12,000 followers across all the different social medias now. And I kind of incorporated all the fan fiction, short stories, poetry, and such into one volume. I put it all in one volume. And one of the short stories did so well that it spawned my Shadow Keeper series, which is the books we were talking about, where I slaughter things. I get to slaughter everybody. So
Sweet.
Nice.
It's out really well.
This is really just getting even for bad dates, isn't it?
No. Wait. You have to keep in mind the people I'm slaughtering are the main characters.
Oh.
They're I'm killing my main character. When you start one of my Shadow Keeper books, you know that guy or that girl is going to die a horrible, 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 brutal way.
Oh, damn.
And you're going to love every single strike of the knife or every single blow of the club. And you know that they're going to be dead as when I'm done.
You don't have to believe
twist,
the
twist.
Yeah, you can fucking swim.
Okay, they'll be dead. Oh, well, I'm fucking glad. All right, well, they'll be dead as fuck when I'm done. Yeah.
There you go.
And the fun is to know how in the hell I'm going to bring them back.
Oh,
because
what?
if I bring them back. Yeah.
As zombies?
No.
As zombies?
No.
Back?
No, there's no zombie.
I love the way your mind
In
thinks.
fact, my undead people get pissed if you call them either a freak or a zombie, because we are not fucking zombies. Please.
Excuse me, you said we. This is one of the basic bitch things. That's like a sports team reference, we.
We are. But see, you didn't create the Chargers. I created my keepers. So they're mine. I'm like the team owner. I am like the team owner. So you can back off your basic reference.
I wouldn't have created the Chargers anyway.
No, I don't even know if do the Chargers even exist? Did I just age myself?
Well, anyway, technically they do.
Well, there's a special team in every, there's a special team, and that's our special team. Look at that.
That's the special team. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so that's what it is. And I've had people, I had people tell me, God, your stuff's kind of dark. I was like, I know. And that's like the first book, Madness. One of the greatest compliments I got was I got a letter from a prison here in Texas. I'm in Texas too, by the way. I got that they loved the book 1, and the prisoners were requesting book 2, which is Lust. And I'm like, you guys realize there's all kinds of violence and blood and gore, and Lust has some, sexual assaults and, death by, bad things. And they're like, yeah, but they're requesting your book. Would you mind sending us some? I was like, yeah, okay, sure.
I don't think prisoners are going to be bothered with blood and gore and stuff like that. I think they'll be fine.
No, but I was like, but they loved it, and it was the men's prison, so I thought that was cool. So I sent them a case of each book every time I release a book in the Shadow Keeper series. I sent them a case to add to their library.
Awesome.
So, okay, let's talk about Madness. In Madness, what comes first, the horror or the romance? Because
the horror.
The horror. Okay.
Because with Madness, you have a guy who's the perfect man, and he's good looking, and he's hot, and he's sexy, and he's immortal, but he also has a split personality, and the other side of his personality just wants to slaughter and kill everything.
Well, yeah.
But he doesn't want people to know. He doesn't want people to know about this flaw. So he goes overboard trying to hide his dark evil side of his personality. And they're completely split entities. Okay. We're not talking. He knows. They're two total different personalities in the same guy. Well, this woman comes along, and both sides fall for her, but only one side can have her. So the good side gets
I mean,
her.
only one side at a time.
No, she doesn't even know. No one knows. No one. See, that's when things go awry. Whenever the bad side gets to have some sex with her, and it's on.
So it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde sort of thing?
It is kind of. And then the good side breaks her heart,
Of course.
and the bad side loves her and decides they're both going to die. So he like throws the good side like in front of a bus.
Oh.
To like.
So he
like takes charge of the body and throws him in front of a bus. He goes, "You son of a bitch." He goes, "That's right. We're going to die because you hurt her. You made her cry." He's like, "Oh my God, that kills you too." Because I don't care. I mean, it's just, it's twisted.
Oh, come on. Because he made her cry? I mean, like, that's a difficult thing.
He broke her heart. He literally broke her heart. He broke the...
What did he do? Order a pumpkin spice latte?
No, he dumped her when she got pregnant.
Oh, that's a douche and a half.
That's not what you're supposed to do? I mean,
Wow.
drop a scene and leave.
You
There's
are
no
a
policy.
bitch.
That's what?
Didn't Brittany dump everybody? Yeah.
I've been setting franchises over all across America for a while now. So come on.
Yeah. But I mean, so there's a more horror, but then the romance, because you get to figure out, okay, who's going to win this, and you have to read it out. I'm not going to spoil it, but it does not end up how you think it does.
Now, when you say romance, you mean romance or do you mean erotica?
No, please. I can't. No. I write sex in my books. I'll be honest with you, but I can't read the sex in my books. I will write it, but then I won't go back and read it. And my editor laughs at me going, "You didn't even check this, did you?" Said, "No, I can't read it. I can't."
Why not?
But
Why can't you read it?
That's like the best part.
It's the least favorite part of writing to me is writing those kind of scenes. I will get giddy and gleeful. I mean, I will just literally be, overjoyed to write a slaughter scene.
Oh yeah.
But then you say, "Well, we add some romance in here." It's like, oh, come on. I want to. But yeah, I do. But it's soft.
It's not as easy to write as people imagine.
It's really not, especially when you haven't gotten any in a while. You've forgotten some details.
And now we're talking.
Well, you gotta go out.
I'm
Get some
very
experience.
I do need to get out. I do need to get out more. But I mean, it's just it has romance, but no, it's not erotic. It's not erotica romance. There's erotica and then there's erotic romance. It's not either one of those. It's more emotional than descriptive.
Okay.
I don't have the words, I don't have the words like, pussy, cock, all your other words.
So your sex scenes aren't detailed down to the raw fucking?
No, I have there's fucking.
Okay. But no, I mean, is it like...
Oh, fucking good.
Is it graphic?
Well, it's like...
How graphic is it?
It's Cinemax versus like Hustler channel. You know what I'm saying? Cinemax soft porn, then you have Hustler where it's like, all right, so you put it in her butt. Yeah, that's the difference. Mine's more of a romantic, emotional type love scene as opposed to, flipped it inside and it was all wet and squishy and all the other words.
Okay.
And yeah, no, I don't do that.
Moist.
But yeah, you gotta need to get out more. I'm giving birth, damn it. I've had 3 kids. I know about sex. It's just
Oh, that was great.
I mean, I'll be on the airplane tomorrow and a man might sit next to me and brush my arm and I might need a moment. I mean, it's that. And then he might get very confused as I say thank you. And he goes, "What?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it."
Do you ever write a romance scene where you feel like, okay, you have to take a break, like a personal break?
No.
Okay.
I've been told that happens. I've been told by my readers. I've had women tell me that they've really, really enjoyed the scenes. And I'm like, okay, thanks. But to me, I created those characters and I created that world. It's kind of like a mom looking through a keyhole. and watching her kid get it on. It's like nobody wants to do that. Well, if you do want to do that, to each your own. But to me, that's just fucking weird, and you shouldn't do
I
that.
agree there.
Yeah, it's like I created those people. I mean, I created those characters. I love them. I'm like I'm their creator. And it's like, I'm sure God looks down, if you believe in a God, looks down, and he probably watches the naughty parts, but he probably doesn't want to watch the naughty parts, So I'm the same.
Maybe he does like the naughty parts. He sure made people like to do that.
The whole mental image of a holy, greater than thou, omnipotent guy whacking off in a robe. That's going to be in my head forever now.
That's probably what he's doing.
Thanks.
I mean, what else is he doing? He's not answering my prayers. I've been praying.
Oh, Lord.
Praying for what? To be somebody to
answer
watch?
your prayers.
To cleanse me of my basicness. Please, God. Please.
I'm gonna put that in a book. I'm gonna put that in a book too. It's like a guy's gonna call that. Well, she answered my prayers, huh? She was on her knees. It's all good.
Oh my god!
Oh, I'm so good. My grandpa all this is back at me.
Now you got you have a new chapter, a new book of the Shadowkeeper series called Murder, right? Is that your newest one? Okay.
Yes.
Let's go into that one.
Murder is about a demon from hell that decides to live on Earth, and he falls in love. And you think that's amazing, right? Until she gets killed. Because, like I said, everybody gets killed. So he gets sent up here by Lucifer himself, who I absolutely love.
Is it black guy?
There's a main... Huh?
Is Lucifer the black guy?
Yeah, Marcus is the black guy. He's the main character.
Oh, okay. Oh.
And I couldn't tell you how they get brought back, but basically they get the attention of any of the dark powers that kind of plagued mankind. And when Marcus he was an assassin. He killed people for money. He slaughtered people for money, and he enjoyed it. And he was very, very good at it.
Oh yeah.
And he got the attention of Murder. And so he's the host of Murder, and him and Murder just kind of tripped through the world. And he gets put on babysitting duty, basically, to watch, the prince's son. Lucifer's son, kind of be a babysitter. It's kind of very humiliating for him. He's very much an alpha male, and he's killed hundreds of people, and now he's got to babysit.
Okay. Does he know he's working for Lucifer, or is it just like?
Yeah, he happily works for Lucifer.
Oh, yeah. Okay. He knows he's working for Lucifer. I thought it was like Lucifer by any other name.
Are they
disguise?
Are they like on a first name basis?
Lucifer, like the devil, like Satan. Yeah, he's like hot and cool.
Buds?
They're not buds. Lucifer is buds to no one but himself. Lucifer is the great manipulator and con and everything. So
gotta meet him one day.
But he.
Maybe we'll have him on the show one day.
Especially since I said God's up there whacking. So I'm pretty sure I just moved up to the first class section of the train to hell.
God
doesn't have
to whack. He's got lots of angels.
Mm-hmm. You'll be spared.
But Murder was close, and actually, and then I have Envy, which is the next book in the series, and God or Satan or whoever will choose to help me. That comes out in January, which is right around the corner, isn't it? Oh, yay.
Yeah.
But that's January. When did it get to be October? I'm blaming all you pumpkin spice bitches for making
That's me right here.
Move.
Oh, yeah.
Right. It's all your fault. So, your need for the spice, move time.
Oh, Dune reference.
But I like the spice. I want the spice.
I like the Queen of October, and I don't even like that shit. I'm just saying.
No.
How much research do you have to do for your stories?
Absolutely none, because none of it's based on facts.
I like that.
Well, that's handy.
Yeah.
Unlike other authors among us, when I started writing, I wanted to create my own beings and my own creatures and my own worlds. And there's a lot of freedom in that. I can't imagine the research that goes into like historical fiction or, political thrillers, things of that nature, where you have to like research, you have to know your shit. With me, by creating all my lovely little turds, the world is mine, and I can do with it what I will. And some readers like that, other readers not so much, because they're always looking for the same old tropes that they love. So it's sometimes hard to get readers to try something that's different. But so far, I've been pretty lucky. Everyone that's tried it has liked it, and so I keep writing it. So, but I like the freedom of writing purely fantasy type fiction, because you can just, go outside the norms and don't have to worry about research.
Okay.
That's probably not what I'm supposed to say. I'm supposed to sound all professional, say, well, every day from 2 to 6, I sit down and I meditate and I pull open really old, musty, dusty Encyclopedia Britannias.
No. No one does that. No one does that.
I use tiny little Post-it notes, and I mark the pages that will be relevant to my story going forward. And then I outline, and then I spend the last 30 minutes on my dream board. No, I don't do any of this.
Dream board. You're writing a story, not what? That's crazy.
Dream board.
Yes, but as authors are supposed to sound very, very,
What's a dream board? Tammy, what's a dream board?
I don't know. I don't use a dream board.
You're the paranormal person. This sounds paranormal-ish.
No, because I'm a paranormal person. I know what everything is.
That's.
Yeah. Maybe I'm using paranormal person wrong.
Motivation board, whatever word they're using. See, I don't use one because I don't even know the word. So yeah.
Oh, are you talking about like the board that you make that you put all your little aspirations on?
Yeah, that shit.
See, Tammy knows.
I have made one of those.
That's why I asked. Look at that.
Oh, Tammy, we're doing so well. We're doing so good. We're on our way to be besties, but now you lost some points.
Oh.
But I'll gain some back. I have full confidence.
Oh, wait. Does that mean Tammy's in basic territory too?
I have faith in you.
No, I'm not a basic bitch.
Wait, do you own a pair of yoga pants?
Fuck off.
Of course, I've seen pictures.
They
of course
look good on my butt, okay?
Hey.
They do.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with your butt looking good. Go for it.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
Right.
Unless you're wearing cargo shorts, because then it's impossible.
Right?
Well.
With
You'll
yoga
never
pants?
see those on me.
Hey, to shift gears here real fast. I asked about the romance, but how kinky does it get?
Yeah.
Does it get pretty kinky? Does it get pretty wild?
Dude, I got 2 guys in one head with one woman. How kinky do you think it gets?
I don't know.
Hey.
Help me out here.
What book is that?
Wait, when
Paint
you
a
say
picture.
one head,
Get you a
tell me what
picture.
book that
What?
is?
Paint me a
Where
picture.
did we just go here? I'm not. Yeah, this sounds like one of those dating apps now, where it's like, "Hey, are you real? Send me your boob picture." I'm like, "How does my boobs prove I'm real?"
Hey. And that's
That
what we do on the show.
happens.
I get information.
But seriously, what book is that? Because I'm going to go on Amazon and order it.
That's madness.
Okay.
That is mad. Yes, please buy my books. All you people.
I'm literally on Amazon looking at your books right now as we talk.
So Madness has 2 dudes, 1 chick.
Yeah, you made it sound so dirty.
At least it's not 2 girls, 1 cup. I mean, we're good.
That's the saying. At least there's no cup in there. We'd be
Okay. So what does Lust have? Does Lust have 2 chicks, 1 dude, or is that like 3? I mean,
Les has 2 chicks and 1 very, very evil dude.
all
The
right.
really good, the thing I
Yeah,
pride
think
myself.
so, too.
The thing I pride myself on is my main villain, who is not Lucifer, by the way. It's his son named Epsilon, who wants to overturn everything. He wants
Of course.
hell on earth. He wants hell to empty out and everybody fucking die. But the thing I love about writing Epsilon is my readers know he will never be redeemable. I make him so evil, so wicked, so bad that he will never be redeemable. And I don't want him to ever be redeemable. I don't want to be one of those authors who write the perfect bad guy, the most evil of evil, and then towards the end they feel like he's got to find his redemption or his humanity. Hell no. I want them to hate Epsilon, and they do.
Yeah.
And I love that about him. I really love that about him. But he's in book 2. Lust is about Kinsey and Lana. Kinsey gets slaughtered and died in horrific fashion. And she gets brought back in my way. And she falls in love with a beautiful ballerina named Lana. So it's a female and female. And yes, there's sex in there. There you go. Now you'll run good to that one. You guys will run get that one, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna get that one now.
In order.
What's the
first one I get?
Hey, $2.99 for Kindle. I'm gonna order one. I'm gonna order one right now. Just
there you go.
If I want to read them in order, which one do I go for first?
You can start with Candyman. Yeah, I know, my favorite. That's one of my favorite horror movies. It's kind of a tribute.
Oh, really?
Cool. You can start with Candyman. That's the fan fiction short story that started the whole series.
Okay.
Yeah, when I killed him off, the fans revolted.
You killed off Candyman? Oh, that's messed up. He's a dad. He might be.
Well, he's my guy's a dad now too. Anyway, so that's the story that started it. So get Candyman, then it's Madness, then Bounce, and then Lust, and then Cowboy, and then Murder.
Okay, perfect.
Nice. What's Bounce about? That sounds interesting.
Yeah, I like Bounce.
Hey, Bounce is
Bounce.
Is it breasts?
Oh my god.
So, there's boobies in there.
All right.
Bounce is a fan favorite from Madness. He's basically runs the show here on Earth. He's the one that brings these mass killers and murderers and psychos from hell and makes them behave. Mm-hmm. And he is a god, or we think he's a god. He doesn't remember his past. He knows absolutely nothing about his future. He has no idea who he is. And he just is told to run the show. Heaven and hell kind of came to an agreement that Lucifer's son is out of control and some way to rope the guy in. And that's Bounce's job.
Wait a minute. Lucifer's son is out of control. Isn't that exactly the job description?
Yeah, but he wants to overthrow. But see, heaven and hell kind of came to an agreement that, Earth can be between the two and mankind can be judged. If you're really bad, you go to hell. If you're really good, you go to heaven, right? But, so they kind of like, it's okay. Both sides get souls. It's all good. Humans can do what they want. But then Epsilon decided, nah. He decided he wants a war between the heaven and hell. He wants Lucifer to fall. And if he can't make Lucifer fall, he's going to make heaven fall. He's going to make somebody fall somewhere. He's got extreme daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got extreme daddy issues. And, come on. Here's a little secret that's in one of the books if you read them. He finds out that his own son is actually his dad's son.
Oh, wow.
Because his dad just liked his wife so much that he decided he was going to bang her in the garden.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's messed up. Now, I'm telling you, my book's twisted.
I got a pretty big question for you here about Lucifer. Doesn't he have a micro penis?
No. No, all your hellspawn creatures have barbed penises.
But barbed micro.
Whoa, is that like an indicator? Because I know somebody needs to know that.
No, what? Knows about micro penises or
the barb thing?
Yes. Demon hellspawns have barbed penises because they fight for a female. So if like a female goes,
you mean like See, I was thinking of this girl Barb, and never mind.
That's a strap-on. That's a strap-on. There's no strap-ons in my book.
No. I was barbed once, and
oh. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't think that's what. No.
Different context.
I'm sorry if did I trigger you, sweetheart? Are you triggered? It's okay.
No. It was very good.
Yeah, basic bitches are very easy to trigger.
They are. Oh my god.
SK,
yes.
see, join the club.
The only thing you triggered was a very good memory.
Well, I'm glad that I helped somehow. Do you need a moment? Do a tissue or wet nap? How good of a minute. Now you've made me share all kinds of stuff. Share us this memory.
Okay. Well, let's shift gears
totally
here.
made that.
Well, since we're on the subject of kinks, what's the kink in Cowboy? What's going on there?
Oh, I love my cowboy.
Well, let's see. The cowboy, the kinky cowboy. The cowboy is 200 years old and a womanizer, and he's known to sleep with 2 and 3 women at a time.
Oh,
Doesn't
sweet.
remember their name. Doesn't
That's
care to
fine.
know their name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just doesn't. He loves blondes and redheads. He thinks they
Nice.
play together delightfully.
Yeah.
And he's an immortal. He's a badass. Remember when we were talking about madness?
Mm-hmm.
How there was the 2 sides? He's the good side.
Okay.
Ah.
Let's see, the good side's
Something
getting all the
happens in madness. Something happens in madness. Well, the bad side's getting all the fun too.
fun.
But you have to read to find out how that worked out. You have to read Madness to see how that worked out. So he has carried on. He's moved on. He's left all that behind him. And he makes a deal with the devil that he shouldn't have. And he falls in love with a beautiful cop who likes to put him in handcuffs. And he doesn't mind that at all. And they have a lot of fun with that. So that's what's in Cowboy.
I
And
like that.
he's fighting.
too. I like some of that.
He's fighting. Somebody keeps killing women in San Francisco. There's a serial killer, and oddly enough, the victims are women that he slept with. So this lady detective gets involved in that case, and they kind of work together. And he finds out it's the same man who killed him, slaughtered him in the streets in the Old West, who's been trying to hunt him down ever since.
Nice.
I know, it's twisty. I'm very twisty. I like twist. I like to keep you on the edge of your seat. So,
I like
twisted
that.
storytelling. Thank you.
Now, what's the kink and murder going on the train?
Why are you hung up on this geek stuff, man?
Because on the subject, and we're selling these books. Going to help you sell these books.
Because he's a basic bitch.
Because I'm basic bitch. I'm stuck in the gutter. I'm getting out of the gutter.
They're porn. They're not porn. There's not a lot of kink, so to speak, in murder. In murder, though, the whole kink is you get to see hell, and you get to find out how kinky,
okay.
Lucifer is. Marcus is different in the fact that keepers, they have that one love that, here's your romance part, ready? Brace yourselves. Keepers, that's what they're called, the keepers. They have that one love that they were destined to have in their mortal lives, right?
Okay.
But death kind of cut that off. Death prevented them from finding that person, their destined.
Death.
And it does that a lot.
Yeah.
I know death is a cruel bitch. Death is a cruel bitch. But anyway, but love doesn't give a shit. Love is like, you know what, death? Fine. You tried to stop it, but here it is.
Mm-hmm.
So when they meet the person that was meant to be their destiny, their love, their hearts, because they're dead. Remember, they are dead. Their hearts will start beating at a touch from that person. And they know that's the person that they were meant to be with. And with Marcus, it's a different kind of love story. And I don't want to give it away, but no, it's not guy on guy. Don't go there, dude.
I'm not going.
But it is a different love story. But there is sex in that book too. And Marcus is kind of different in the fact that, he's had a hard life. He was thrown into the fires of hell. His mommy didn't want him. He's got mommy issues. And him and Epsilon grew up together in hell. And they never liked each other. One was, the prince, and the other was a mutt. And so he had some real issues there. Mm-hmm. And you get to find out that love story. You get to meet who his heartbeat is. So, and I wanted to do something different. I was like, let's make it someone that the fans aren't going to guess, So I did murder.
All right. That's cool. I dig that.
Huh?
I said, I dig that. I enjoy that. That's cool. I enjoy a little bit of murder.
Good.
Let's put some murder in there.
Good.
Yeah.
In all your books.
He's a big man. He's a big man in big ways.
Hey.
Now Tammy needs a moment.
That's what I like.
Hey, Tammy, he's also barbed. So just keep that in mind.
Rips for her pleasure.
He's meant to stay there for a long time.
You knew Barb too?
Yeah, he's half demon, so yeah, he's barbed.
All right.
He just
him.
I don't think Tammy minds.
Makes him some fun.
I don't think
It's a
Tammy minds
snack.
at all.
I like the pain.
Look at that.
There you go.
And all your books look like they've been received very well. I see a lot of 5 stars, good reviews. What's the feedback like?
I've had nothing but good feedback. A lot of authors, lament things like Goodreads and reviews. I used to have a lot more, but Amazon sometimes likes to take them away.
Yeah.
But I've not really had any negative. I think there's like one bad review on like Madness, and she was like, I don't get this book at all. My books are, I like to think they're intelligent. I don't dumb it down because it's women readers, because I don't think you should have to dumb it down.
That would
I
be
think you
insulting.
should write it as a story. Yeah. And it's like women can appreciate the nuances and twists and turns of a book as well as anybody. I don't have to make it light and fluffy. I don't have to make it,
No.
oh, look how cute. They can handle the dark. I mean, I've had fans come to me in my inbox going, you should have slaughtered him harder. I'm like, well, I'm sorry.
Damn.
I gutted him like a fish and his intestines fell on the floor, but okay. But I mean, so people don't understand. Women have just as much a brutal, vicious streak as anything. I mean, come on. In nature, it's the female
so.
that rips off the heads.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, it's no different in humans. We just do it in our minds. We're just not able to do it out in public. But, and so I think there was one of your...
Typically. That's why women use poison typically, so that they can maintain their social presence.
Oh, that's not how I would do it.
How would you do it, Tammy?
In lust, Lindsay just likes to stab
very,
and
very
split with
brutally. Like
I'm sorry.
I have like made like I've planned it all out of my mind how I would like kill somebody if I had to, and it's very bloody and gory and horrific. It's not poison. That's
Yeah.
I haven't. You know what? I slaughter people on the daily in every single one of my books, and I've not poisoned a single person.
Well, see, but poison wouldn't be your particular style.
Here's your thing, though. You may think that women normally use poison, but how many unsolved murders are out there?
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
women are just better at not getting caught because you guys poison.
Oh, but we are better at not.
We actually had this
I believe
discussion on Real Monsters at one episode was that the very real possibility that women are, well, first of all, women are every bit as violent as men are.
Yeah.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
I mean,
more so,
that's
but okay.
I would say probably more so.
Blood better.
At least as violent as men are. But the fact that there are all these unsolved murders, unsolved serial killers, I mean, there are at least 30 current serial killers in the operating, and there may be as many as 10 times that. And there are very few female serial killers who don't operate with a partner. Very few. That doesn't mean they don't exist. It's just the ones that we know of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm looked it up while we're talking, and there's been 10 notorious female serial killers.
Yeah, I wouldn't
But
be surprised if there's some active ones.
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
they just don't know about them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. I mean, like I said, perhaps the whole we're using that to our advantage. I'm not gonna poison his ass because everybody knows it's a woman. If I poison him, I'm just gonna gut him and then wrap him up in a Ziploc bag and put him in the freezer. It'll be okay.
Yes.
Right?
And then I'm gonna go and bake a fucking pie.
Sounds like Mike had a night. That's awesome.
I actually have a book. A work in progress that's a thriller, horror, mystery type where the woman is a serial killer and she is female, but she's also the soccer mom and she's the perfect, housewife and she's the perfect everything.
Is she sleeping
and
with the coach?
No one even knows.
That's how it would be, right?
Yeah. And no one even knows. And she no one knows. Her husband doesn't know. No one knows, And I enjoy pulling that out and writing on it because it kind of gets that little edge off. I enjoy writing her. She's a thrill. It's like Stepford Wives meets, Charlie Manson kind of shit. And everybody no one would ever suspect her. She's so charismatic and she's so good and everybody loves her.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And you
oh
know
my
what?
God.
They
It's
tend to
good.
be.
It's good.
Yeah.
So ladies, what's the what's the best way to dispose of a body? What's your favorite way? Hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically, yeah. Yeah, hypothetically.
Do you really
guys.
have to dispose of the body?
Well,
It's just gonna
Cut it
rot.
up, throw it in the blender, piece by piece.
that'd be a big blender,
That's a
wouldn't
big
it?
blender. You're gonna need
Well, I
multiple
mean, you
blenders.
just go.
No,
part by
wood
part,
chippers
but
work
at least
great for
it
that.
wouldn't be much like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to have to bury a body.
Acid.
Acid, that's a good one. That's quick and easy.
We're gonna get a bunch of acid.
Because even if acid does not fully melt the body, it still will get rid of their fingerprints. It will get rid of any DNA that you've left on that body, any marks, any scratches, anything under their nails.
Okay.
You pour that, put them in a vat of hydrochloric acid, and in a few hours, they're going to be unrecognizable. Yes, they can still pull the dental records, which will tell them who that person was, but it's sure as hell not going to tell them who you were.
Now, where are you going to put this vat of acid or this barrel of acid with a body in it?
You can buy a
backyard.
galvanized steel tub from Tractor Supply for less than $100.
Yeah. But where are you going to do this? Like, how are you going to move the body?
Garage.
I guess.
Basement?
Whose basement? You don't use your own territory, right?
No, you use their.
Use theirs. Yeah.
You drag the tub in their living room.
Mm-hmm.
You fill it through your hydrochloric acid. You shove their little ass in there. You stir them around like a witch in a cauldron, and you walk away.
You sound like you've done this before.
This is what I write.
In Minecraft.
I write this stuff. Yeah, talk about the research. There you go.
All right.
I went to the body farm. I went to the body farm forever ago. And
you went to the body farm?
Yes.
Oh,
Really?
awesome. It's a real place. So
it is a real place.
It's a place where forensic scientists decompose bodies under different conditions to see what the rate of decomp is.
Mm-hmm.
And so they test them. They test body decomposition by putting them in different circumstances out in this field.
Wow.
Yeah, they
Oh my
leave
God, I want to go
and
there.
We got to go there.
because
We got to film
they
this
don't.
episode.
They used to do tours forever ago. The one in Tennessee. I'm not sure if they still do it, but yeah. But I actually was in nursing at one point. Haha, no surprise. I was in nursing at one point, and I did my clinical at the morgue.
Mm-hmm.
And they asked if I wanted to go to the body farm, and I said, "Yeah."
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
How's
But, I
that
mean,
even a question?
Like, yeah, and he's like, but I mean, I've worked with the Red Cross and body recovery units. I've seen bodies in all kinds of ways and all kinds of things done to them. And so that's how I would do it. If I had to kill someone, one, I'd do it in their house.
Mm-hmm.
Two, I don't see why you have to get rid of a body anymore. There are dozens of bodies a day that are found killed and murdered and never solved.
Well, I mean,
the days of
you just want to make sure you leave no trace and
that's how you do it.
no witnesses.
Yeah, no witnesses, no trace. But now, which is the sad thing, sometimes you can dump out a body and there'll be a witness, and they're like, "I don't want to be involved." You have people
right.
now. You have people now videoing people getting killed and just uploading it to social media without actually calling the cops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's a whole different age for a killer right now.
It is.
So, it's interesting. It's frightening, but it's also very interesting. So, I mean, if you have to, get rid of a body, that's how I would do it.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right.
There you go.
I'll take notes. I'll take notes on this one.
Now you're kind of scaring me.
Oh, you couldn't get away with anything like that.
Oh, come on.
I tell you,
alibi. Good cover. I'm basic.
No.
I saw this guy dump a body. He was wearing cargo pants,
Drinking a
half high.
pumpkin
And
spice latte.
He was wearing a Britney Spirit, and I swear he was sweating pumpkin spice latte. He sweat like.
Now, I look too hipster. I would look way too hipster for the police to even consider me. They'd be like, that guy didn't. That guy's not a killer. He's not a killer. He's a dumbass. He's a basic bitch, but he's not a killer.
Well, most of your killers, I think a good portion of your less glamorous killers are total dumbasses. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Dahmer kept heads and pieces in his fridge.
Well,
They're not geniuses. No.
they like to.
No,
They like to keep trophies.
now some are. Some of them are absolutely brilliant. Others
A
are
lot of them were, right?
are as dumb as a rock. Dumb
Well, I mean,
as a rock.
Bundy was smart enough to get into law school, but he wasn't smart enough to drive well. He kept getting caught because he was a shitty driver.
Dude, he was macking hard on the females. He had women writing him love letters and sending him nudes, and women
He
loved.
had a baby while he was on death row.
Look at Charlie Manson. He was a tiny little creepy ass little dude, and he had the
Yeah.
whole family and
He
all
was like-
that. It's like,
Seriously, he was like 5'2".
His charmer.
yeah, he's as sweet as I am, and I could kick him across the room. And he had this whole cult following him. I could pick him by his long hair and toss him around. And yeah, there's no accounting for charisma. Charisma is charisma, no matter what the form it's in.
Yeah.
Charisma can do amazing things, but
It can.
stupidity can only do so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me ask you something. Which horror
Okay.
monster would make for the best lover, or for the better lover?
I thought,
Oh,
We did
that.
this.
We did that before we went
She
live.
said King Kong.
Well,
and
before
that
we
was
went
a
live,
little
guys.
too
Before we went
obvious.
live. Before we went live.
size.
Come on, guys.
I mean, come on. Look at the guy. Look at King Kong's finger alone. You're like, oh, holy crap. I would have to say the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Ah,
You want to know why?
underwater?
Because he
He's really
carried her.
good in wet places.
Because what?
I didn't hear that either.
He's really good in wet places.
He can hold his breath.
He won't drown.
For a very long time. He loves fish.
Oh my god, I can't.
I'm a terrible person.
No, we love you.
But it makes
But
sense.
you know
doesn't
what? I gotta say, there's some reasonable arguments outside of the.
it? How can you dispute it? You can't. Everything I said is legit.
I know. I'm
But
trying
he
to think of
was
something.
He was actually
He said
very
lover.
gentle with her, wasn't
He
he?
was. He was very kind.
Yeah.
You just wanted
Yes.
a lover.
Are we talking about The Shape of Water? Yes. I love
Was-
that movie.
He was good to her. He just loved her. He just
Mhm.
wanted to be loved and understood.
Well, it's not like he had a lot of options. Seals aren't great on dates.
No.
I mean, they clap and applaud afterwards, but it's not the same.
Oh my
Alligators are just cold-blooded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing good about the alligator.
And fish, they just give you that same expression no matter how much you try to impress them. So it's
Yeah.
like,
And their memories are just like so short.
Mhm. They're like a swimming fleshlight too. It's like, oh.
God, do I have to tell you again?
they have those little teeth. They had those little teeth. Ow. Well, maybe not.
No teeth! No teeth! Jesus!
Maybe he's into that sort of thing. I don't know.
I don't know. I like the teeth.
Oh.
May I also point out one very obvious thing that you're missing about The Shape of Water and how good of a lover he was?
He went deep.
Please.
He loved to eat pussy.
And that's number one. Like, if they
Yeah.
Oh
don't
my
out.
god!
No, he actually ate the guy's cat.
Oh shit. He did. He
He
did.
should have said he likes to eat pussy.
He did eat the cat.
Because he ate the guy's cat.
Oh,
Dirty-minded people.
Yeah, my mind went straight there. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm going to get in so much trouble for this show. I really am.
It'll be all right. It'll be all right. It'll stay here. Stay here. It's like a club.
you know, I'm gonna suggest you don't even tell your publicist about this.
We'll do it for
All right,
you.
SK, don't put a link to this anywhere.
Good luck. It's being blasted out. Spread it out, guys. Spread it out.
I'll get a call from my coach. She goes, "Okay, we got to do some damage control." I'm like, "I'm sorry,
We
they made me do it."
can help you out. Tammy, what about you?
We're bad influences.
Hey, Tammy,
Sorry.
what's your what horror monster would make for the best lover?
I'm gonna have to say Michael. You know me. I'm like in love with him. So
Mhm.
it's Mikey.
Michael Myers.
He's this strong, silent type, and he's all about action. And I like that knife. So I'm gonna have to go with Mikey.
Have you ever seen the scene where they?
Blade.
Have you seen the scene where his shirt gets ripped and what's under his shirt?
Oh,
Larva,
what? You,
Larva?
maggots. All right, there's maggots. He's rotting.
oh,
But hey,
Michael?
if you're into that, Tammy, if you're into that, you go, girl. You go.
Michael
I mean-
Myers
Michael
is
Myers
rotting?
shouldn't be rotting. He's not even dead, is he? He's.
Tammy
a
can
psycho
change him though.
But yeah, you came him.
Tammy could change him.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm getting Michael Myers and the Friday the 13th guy.
Jason,
Oh, you
yeah,
probably
Jason has the
Ja-
knife. Yeah.
Jason's
Jason's
the
a
zombie
maggot
guy.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
You're
a
good.
Michael.
You're good with Michael Myers.
Besides, Jason wouldn't be bad either.
Now-
I mean, he's always, even because he's a zombie, right? He's always going to be hard with the rigor mortis. I mean, he's always going to be hard.
That's not
Constantly.
how rigor mortis works.
Oh, damn it! I
He's always going to be hard.
don't know.
Technically, if he's got that much rigor mortis, it would just snap off. And
Oh.
I guess he could still use that. It would be okay. Like
I
snap.
wouldn't
okay,
imagine
still
him
use it.
being good at sex, though. He's like the biggest cock blocker out there.
Yeah.
So
Yes, every teenager in every movie is trying to have sex. He's stabbing them through the bed. Him and
Mhm.
Freddie. So I mean, yeah.
So,
like
but that's
I think he
that's
doesn't
kind
have a
of
dick or
the
something.
that's kind of the point. You know, one of the underlying thematic concepts of horror movies is
Mhm.
you know the monsters only go after the bad kids who have sex.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. If you're a virgin and you're good and you pray, you're probably still gonna die. But you won't
But
die
last.
while having sex. You won't die while having sex. It's
But
okay.
at least in Halloween, they get to fuck first, and then they die.
Huh.
They
Trick
don't
or
like,
treat.
they don't die like during or right before. So
Yeah.
at least Michael has that respect.
Yeah. You can at least fuck.
He's in
Put you
the
on the list.
corner. He's in the corner doing what he needs to do, and
Yeah.
then he goes, "Okay, now we're done." No, now he's a creeper in the corner. Now that just makes me want to watch those movies and go, "I know what you're doing. I know why
It's like God.
I like that.
we're back to that, are we?" I was hoping we forgot that.
Oh man, oh
I was
man.
hoping we're going to circle back to that.
So I asked this question for the Facebook group, the Deadman Tome fan club, and I got some pretty interesting responses. Tammy said Mikey, of course, because he's all action, no talk. I like that. Andrew said Centenico Pandemonium, the chick from Dusk Till Dawn, the vampire.
Oh
chick.
yeah,
yeah.
oh yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Pretty
that's-
good. Pretty
Yeah, a
good.
small role,
Yeah, I'd
but very
fuck her
important role.
too.
Oh, who would?
Kate
I did a girl.
Beckinsale though better.
Yeah,
Oh, from Under.
yeah. Someone brought her up from Underworld. I mean, she's not really a horror villain, but that technically works, I guess. I mean, why not?
I'll take.
Well, she's she's still a creature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, that works.
And I
She's
was
a
there
vampire.
too, so that's
She's a
good.
vampire.
Yeah.
But
that
I mean,
works.
how can you say no to Kate?
Right? I couldn't.
Hey, if she said
I
yes to
would
me, I
not-
wouldn't say no.
I would say yes, yes, yes a bunch of times in a row.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'd be all kinds of ready for that one.
Mhm. Yep.
Let's see. Oh, of course, Jennifer, Megan Fox from Jennifer's Body, and then
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not
she's
a
played.
Too stupid.
She's a basic bitch too.
Oh, come
Can't get
on.
with that one.
She's total pumpkin.
She also
spice.
sweats pumpkins.
I don't like her.
The only reason she doesn't wear cargo shorts is because she has stylists.
because they're not short enough to show off half her ass. That's why she.
Right? Yeah. I don't like her.
I don't either.
Yeah.
You gained your points back, Tammy. So you're good.
But I think
Elizabeth Hurley, however.
no one mentioned her. No one mentioned her at all, and I think she would
Elizabeth Hurley from Dazzle.
count. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she's
I
I'd
hot.
go
do
to
her.
hell for that.
She's hot.
She's worth the temptation.
I can totally get with that.
All the way. So what's your favorite horror movie?
My favorite. You want to know my favorite horror movie or the movie that scared me the most?
Both.
Both, yeah.
My favorite horror movie has to be the original It. And it wasn't because I have a fear of clowns. It's just the way it was done and the way it was filmed. I just think it set a standard. I haven't seen the new one yet because, to be honest with you, I love the first one so much. I don't want it ruined. So I haven't seen the new one. The movie that scared me the most is Independence Day.
What?
What?
I've never heard that before. Nobody said that.
Independence
I
Day.
know. I feel so basic in saying this, but
So why? What was the thing?
when I saw that movie, for some reason I thought this is how it actually is going to happen. Not the remake, not the new one, the original one with Will Smith. I was like, this is how it's going. I just had like this weird
I forgot
ass
they had that. I had
deja vu, premonition, or maybe I needed candy. I don't know, but it just felt
So hard to tell the difference.
it hit me so real. It hit me like I was seeing the future, and I knew that was the future, and it scared the shit out of me. And I do not scare easily at all, as you can tell. And that movie scared me. I've never been scared by any other movie but that one.
Not even Mars Attacks?
Oh, dude, Mars Attack.
That's good.
To me, that's one of those movies. If I see Mars Attacks, I'm going to stop and watch it. I don't care what I'm doing. I don't care what point it is at the movie. Oh, I love it. And Jack Nicholson in that. Oh my God.
There's so much camp in there that so many little stabs at people and types of people. It just cracks me up.
And it doesn't take itself serious. It knows it's supposed to have it.
Of course not.
And those are the best movies when they know they're supposed to be cheesy and they just jump all in. They roll around in that cheese and come out looking like a Cheeto. Doesn't matter.
Right? Like Gremlins and Ghoulies.
Gremlins, Tremors.
Oh, Tremors. Yeah.
Oh, God, I just watched that a few weeks ago.
I love
I
it.
know. That was a marathon. I watched it too. It was a marathon. I watched it. Yeah. So,
It's still
yeah.
a good movie.
Yeah, it is. You look at the special effects, though, and you're like, oh, my gosh. We have come a long way.
Yeah, the monster effects, not so great.
Yeah, well,
But
it's better
who
than
cares?
some of the 90s CG. I mean,
Yeah. But, I mean, yeah. It's just a
That's a movie that was made for like $47.
but
And all that was on the worm.
man, you were right though. Like with Independence Day, like there were some scenes in there that actually scared me when I first watched it. Like the scene where the alien grabs the dude's throat and he's like talking through him. That was pretty fucking scary.
Yeah, that was
When they're all on the roof of that skyrise and they're holding up their signs, go welcome, welcome. I'm like, y'all bitches are dead.
Basically,
You
yeah.
are so stupid.
Toast
And
those
the way
bitches.
and the way they filmed that ship opening up, it just made me cold. I was just like, I almost had to walk out. And I know that sounds so weird, comes from me, but that movie it scared the crap out of me. It really did. And I think that's a testament to how well it was done and the timing of it and the way it was filmed. But yeah, that is the only movie that has ever scared me.
Wow.
I know. I'm an oddball. I'm weird.
Well, look what she writes. I wouldn't imagine much would scare you.
True.
No.
Good point.
Nothing scares me.
Not even The Exorcist? They say that's the scariest movie ever made.
I'm sorry. I laughed in The Exorcist so hard.
I was a
When she
teenager when I saw The Exorcist, and there was
There was
all the
that.
media hype about, people throwing up and people fainting and having to be, taken out of the theaters. And I went with some friends, and we're all like, "Oh, this? Really?"
What she did with that cross. Oops. But yeah, it didn't scare me at all. I was a teenager too, and it didn't scare me at all. Not one little bit.
It's more of a comedy now than anything else. It's been made fun of so many
Especially if
times.
you watch it now.
Yeah.
Parody.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's become a parody of itself.
And then you had like Damien Omen. And
Right.
that's all during that time period. The Damien Omen movies. And I think horror, has been ruined a bit because we're so, I don't want to say politically correct, but, I think the horror films, I don't like your films that are all slash and gash, nothing but blood and gore. I like the psychological thrillers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you don't like the slashers.
No, I want there to be a story.
Oh.
I want there to be, I want there to be that psychological mind twist. Yeah, make them bloody, slaughter them, throw some organs around, do all that, but make sure there's some psychological mindfuck going on there. If you're just making a movie, if you're just like slaughtering people left and right, like, okay, I'm bored now. I've seen enough intestines.
Do you like surprise endings?
I have yet to be surprised by a movie. I usually guess it pretty quick.
Yeah.
And then I kind of sit down. Then I just kind of sit back and just try to enjoy it. But yeah, I guess I'm pretty quick. But I guess books and all that pretty quick. That's why when I started writing my books, I wanted to trick myself. I wanted to put twists that couldn't be easily figured out.
Yeah.
Because I do like surprises, but it's very rare that one will surprise me.
I can only think of 2 movies that actually surprised me at the end.
Which were?
Well, one was, and this is a movie that has been mentioned on this show several times over the last few weeks. Frailty.
Mm-hmm. Good movie.
Good movie. And at the very, very end, it's like, oh, I did not see that.
Yeah, I can't think of a movie that surprised me either.
The other one is a Michael Douglas movie that didn't get a lot of attention when it was released. It's called The Game.
I love that movie.
I did too. You did not see that ending coming, though.
Not at all.
Highly recommended. It's not a horror movie. It's a psychological thriller, though.
Well, speaking of things you can't guess, now we're getting back to the books. I have a trilogy called the Soulbound trilogy, which is it's supernatural suspense. So, and it's all about a guy who's just an everyday normal guy who's tortured by demons. He thinks it's mental illness, but no, it's not. It's real demons.
Oh.
And it is hardcore. It is hardcore horror.
Oh.
And in fact, he'll go to sleep and wake up in someone else's nightmare.
Oh, sweet.
And
Nice.
he's trapped there. He can't get out. And
Whoa.
and he's in a nightmare and he's trapped. Let's say he's drowning in a nightmare. He's also drowning out here. Like the bed starts getting soaking wet and the carpet starts getting soaked with water.
Okay.
Like while he's just, So, and there's probably a lot of the psychological horror part of it. The Shadow Keepers is more of the, slaughtering, that aspect. Soulbound trilogy is more the psychological horror. You know, how you take your mind to the very edge. Either you drop off the edge and there's no coming back, or you're able to pull yourself, away from that edge. You know, do you dare take that next step? If it means you're going to drop into the abyss, or you just look down at the abyss and say, "No, I got this," and you turn around.
Gotcha.
So that's what the Soulbound. Yeah, the Soulbound.
It does bring up a really interesting question, though. I mean, if you are actually possessed by a demon, how the hell would you convince a psych professional?
Right.
You know?
He got put in mental institutions. He started seeing demons when he's a kid. All right, and we were talking about Damien, and that's what led me to remember, to talk about this story.
Damn.
And his mom thought he was crazy. She had him committed when he was a little kid. You know, he was put on heavy drugs, psychopathic drugs when he was a little kid.
Yeah, that's my point. A psychiatrist is never going to believe that shit.
Never.
Nope.
At all.
Nope.
I worked at the psych
She had to be
facility before.
shown.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had to be shown that shit. They had to
How
find a
on
way to
earth
show
would you ever
he is
convince
not
somebody?
crazy. They used water.
They used water?
They tied him to a chair in a kiddie pool in his bedroom, and he's thinking, if I fucking die, I'm gonna fucking die tied to a chair in the kiddie pool of my bedroom, because this is the lamest death ever. But anyway, they had a man who practiced druidism. He came in there and he said, let's see what we can see. So he's, and if you watch, what is it? Keanu Reeves, Constantine, they use a mirror.
Oh, yeah.
They use a mirror.
Yeah.
So that's because it has mercury in liquid, and they used water and mercury. Well, it's the same principle. It's all based on how they used to do old exorcism rites, right? And they used mirrors and water. So the same goes to play in Soulbound, and they knock him out. He goes to sleep, and he drops into, a nightmare, and they are able to see the demon in the reflection of the water. But the demon is also able to see them, and that's when it starts hunting them. It starts hunting them down. Yeah, a window appears in the nightmare that wasn't there before, and the demon's able to see through that window to his friends, and now it's going to hunt them down too.
Wait, so the demon couldn't see through his eyes?
It sees because he's in the nightmare, what I call the nightmare realm. The demon can't see anything outside of Jace's world, right?
Gotcha.
But whenever they do this ritual, a window suddenly appears in the room that Jace is trapped in his nightmare, and the demon can actually see out of where he's trapped to what's outside that realm, which is his bedroom with his friends standing around. Yeah.
Dang.
And it goes after them. Like, he's cuddling with his girlfriend, and suddenly she's getting choked by something she can't see, and she thinks it's him, and she thinks they were right. You are psycho. He's like, no, it wasn't me.
And she kind of likes it, though, right?
She likes it.
Joking.
Have you? So Jazz, have you ever had any paranormal experience?
I have. I have had paranormal experience.
Really?
I knew someone who died, and they died in a horrific way. And the house that they died in was the house that I lived in, and they ended up having to tear down that house because they never could get anyone to rent that house for very long. They would hear things, they would see things. And if you turned off all the lights in the house, and even if there was no electricity in the house, you would see this glowing orb moving and bouncing throughout the house. Okay.
Cool.
They tried selling it. They sold it twice. The people backed out of selling it within months. They rented it. People would say, I don't care if I don't get my deposit back, I'm gone. And he finally had to tear down the house and put a different structure there.
Did that help?
I don't know. I didn't go back.
Because it seems to me if it's tied to a location, it doesn't matter what the structure is, right?
No, it's more the land. So tearing the house down really probably would just aggravate it more.
Yeah.
Does that mean it's free?
But I do know the spirit didn't stick with the house. I know the spirit moved.
It moved.
Recycled spirit.
No, I think the spirit didn't know where else to go. It didn't know where the loved one left. So it stayed there until they came back, and when they came back, it went with them. It's like, I'm just going to wait here till they come back.
Does that sound about right, Tammy? Is that what ghosts do sometimes?
It's really hard. I've been investigating for 18 years, and I still don't have a lot of answers to questions because
if you read Tammy, get Soulbound, the first book, it's actually based on this very real experience.
Oh, I'll definitely get that book.
Yep.
But
it is based on that, and it was me that went through this experience. And I can tell you, sometimes the spirits, all they're doing is waiting for you to come back. And sometimes that's not a good thing.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So do you think Ouija boards are real things? Do they really work?
No, I've tried Ouija boards, and I probably shouldn't have done it when I was drunk, but nothing happened.
What happened? There's a story?
Nothing happened.
Oh,
I think I puked on the board.
Puked on the board.
I think we all puked on the board and we passed out. Nothing happened. But I mean, I've never been able to make a Ouija board work. I do believe that there's spirits and there's energies and there's power out there, and I've seen ghosts. I've gone to graveyards and seen ghosts.
Well, you probably channeled a ghost. You probably channeled a ghost. It was coming to the party, but you puked on it. Everybody puked on it. It was like, fuck, man.
It's like, I'm not going to this.
You know what?
Lame
She
party.
She puked on me. I'm going to haunt her basic bitch ass for life. Because she puked on me.
Haunt her ass forever.
Never, ever puke on a spirit. Never, ever.
Tammy's ass is haunted.
Yeah.
Not just her ass.
Why is my ass haunted?
Well, I mean,
just because it's nice doesn't mean it's haunted.
I mean, your whole body's haunted, really. But
that's a smelly ghost, and sometimes they don't detach. I've lived in a haunted house. I had a house in Kentucky that was 150 years old, and it would always have a woman appear in one of the top windows. She would just be standing there in the window, and you could see her as clear as day. And we finally asked the owners of the home, and they said that was their mother. She was in this house that was in their family for generations. So generations had been born and died there.
Okay.
And they said that was their mother. And then occasionally you would smell like this cherry tobacco cigar, and none of us smoked. But it would be so strong.
The mother?
No, that was the dad. He used to hand roll his own cigars.
It'd be cooler if the mom smoked cigars.
Smoked the cigar.
I know that'd be cool.
On a big
I was hoping for that.
I was hoping for a twist.
And they said, "Oh yeah," and they said like they're friendly ghosts. I'm like, "Oh well, that's good," because we've all grown up with Amityville Horror. Mm-hmm. We've all seen that,
Yeah.
And Poltergeist, go into the light. So I mean, we've all been raised on that, Those are the classics, But yeah, they were like, "Oh no, it's fine. They're friendly ghosts." I'm like, "Oh, okay, thanks." But my dream is to someday buy one of the apartments in New Orleans where they are haunted, where you see the signs and go, "This is not haunted,"
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've never been to New Orleans, you'll see apartments for rent, and they say "is not haunted."
Isn't that awesome?
They actually put that on
They have to
sign.
They put that in there. That's hilarious.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, well, that. But I want one of them that is haunted because New Orleans is one of the most haunted cities.
Why?
And I want to do that, and it's just so old. Well, Galveston, Texas, is extremely haunted because of the hurricane.
But I don't know, man.
But Paris is older.
Paris is probably haunted too.
Europe is completely haunted. I mean, I went to Prague. I stepped foot on the ground there.
Oh yeah, Prague is.
Prague, Italy. I mean, yeah.
Well, Italy. I mean,
well, when you think of New Orleans, though, New Orleans, there are so many different subcultures in New Orleans. You have your hoodoo, your voodoo, which are not the same thing. Do not get them confused. You have, your Christianity. You have your immigrants that come from all the different countries all over the world that all ended up there. You had your slave trade. You had your pirates. There's so much of an influx of subcultures into New Orleans. And I think that probably played into it as well, you know.
Oh,
In
definitely.
Galveston,
And
yeah,
the
in
French.
Galveston, you can go to Galveston,
Yeah,
and there's
French
places
finger.
in Galveston. You can go to Galveston. There's some of those shops there that you will get physically sick if you are in tune to any of that. You will literally get physically sick because
Man.
there's just such a negative
Well,
energy.
there was a serial killer on Galveston Island.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
They still have.
there's probably several active ones on Galveston Island. You
There
know,
is, yeah, there is. And I mean, it's just, Galveston Island. I don't know if you guys have ever been there, but yeah, it's pretty ripe for, supernatural activity. So,
well, I live like 30 minutes away from there, but like I haven't seen anything. But I then again, I haven't lingered around much to see. But I gotta hit the place up.
let's see. On the line. There used to be the flagship. The flagship hotel was on a pier
Mm-hmm.
that went out over the water. Well, it got wiped out by one of them.
Yeah, it got wiped out.
It used to be. Yeah, but now there's the Hotel Galvez. And if you talk to the people that work there, they will tell you some freaky ass stories. Because I used to live on Galveston Island. And they will tell you some stories that will raise the hair on the back of your neck of stuff they've seen. And it's not just one person saying
Any hotel.
Yeah, but
okay. Sorry, we're talking supernatural.
you can work your way back and like 50 years ago hear almost identical same stories. The consistency is what drives it. Like, the guest has seen things and, okay, that's fine. They heard about it, but then you realize they really haven't. They came from Peru. They have no idea. And it's like, it's very cool because there's so many people died during the huge hurricane that hit there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, there was a whole orphanage that, I think it was like 70 something kids and all the nuns there drowned.
Yeah.
And you can go to one place on the island and you swear you can hear little kids laughing and there's nothing there. But it is the former site of that orphanage.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Galveston's pretty cool to check out for all that stuff. It really is. And then you have Gaslight Road in Southeast Texas, And, I mean, there's some cool stuff in Texas as far as hauntings and such.
You're going to have to send me a list of things because I'm moving there. And I want to...
Where are you moving?
I'm moving in probably February, March to the Dallas area, actually.
I'm in San Marcos area. We'll have to get together and we'll just do it.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
I would love that.
Oh, we can all hang out and go to Galveston too. We can all go to Galveston.
And we'll do
hit
like
the place up.
Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Yep.
We do like a
Why
live
don't
show.
you
go.
want the basic bitch with us, though?
What?
No.
No, but you need the basic bitch.
Can't you serve him up as an offering?
Yeah, you serve me up as an
Yeah,
offering.
we can use him as bait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like this.
No, it's good
We can
because,
take-
they always go for the basic bitches.
Okay, do I need the bog?
Yeah, we'll just put you some heels and a stripy little shirt and shorts, and we'll just make you run through the woods, and
Are you-
then
Yes.
we'll just watch and see what happens.
Okay. As long as I get a beer. Can I at least have a beer?
Some stilettos.
Yeah.
Yes, stilettos, and just a blonde wig, and we'll just say, "Okay, run." We'll
Okay,
film
well,
what happens.
Look, I'll agree to this as long as I get free beer. I'll do anything for free beer, pretty
We'll
much.
hang cheese around. We'll hang cheese around your neck, and we'll hand you a big pumpkin spice beer.
Okay, it's free. Okay, I'll drink it. Fuck.
Don't forget
Yeah.
the Taylor Swift T-shirt.
Oh yes, well, make sure it's cut off.
Yeah,
Make sure
pop
it's
top.
Yeah, it has to-
one little tummy there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta be cut
Make
off.
sure my gut.
We'll
Come
have
on,
you
guys.
Daisy
knot
Duke.
it. We'll have you knot it midriff because you suggested it to me. That's what you do with the cheese. So,
He's got to wear the Daisy Dukes too.
Of course. Well, we'll
Yeah, he looks
we
good enough.
find you some cargo Daisy Dukes.
Hell yeah.
I
With the
personally will
pockets
be
that hang
upset.
down below the cutoff.
Oh shit.
Yes.
It is now my quest to find you some Daisy Duke cargo shorts. If you get them in the mail, they're for me. I'll just have a little smiley face, and you'll know it's for me. So there you go. In a festive, autumn orange,
I'm
so you'll stand out.
I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss of words. Okay, so
There's
I feel like I should get points for
Patreon
that.
special.
All right, well,
I should get
we're
points
wrapping up the show now, guys. All right, but no,
Almost 2 hours later.
Jazz T. Ward, it's great. It's been great having you on the show. Have a blast having you on and talk about your books. I think we sold a few copies for you. Hope so.
I hope so. Buy your fucking books, you assholes.
There you go.
Right.
There you
I'm
go.
not going to call them assholes because I want them to buy. Please buy my books. And it's been a pleasure to be here, too.
It's
You're
no
only
problem.
assholes if you don't buy. Sorry.
Yeah, feel free to come on the show anytime, and we can shoot the shit, talk about more paranormal stuff, horror stuff. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you made it this far, please press the like button, share, like, and subscribe. Y'all take it easy.
Thank you, everybody.